of our nighttime sky.
Yeah, it is beautiful. We have fair skies. The humidity is coming down. We're rain-free, and we're going to be for the day today. A few light clouds is what we're going to be seeing develop over the next 24 hours, thanks to Lee, and way out here in the Atlantic, but next 24 hours just off our coast. So we'll break down the impacts as we see them right now and look ahead to the weekend into 10-day. Traveling, it's been a real trouble, a big problem over the last several days at all of our airports. We've got a separate set of issues. Adele's got you covered because I see a lot of brake lights near JFK, but the trees are swaying. That's why I'm using that view. It's a little breezy behind this front, but less humid. That humidity is coming down as we speak. Of course, we are still watching the track and the forecast for Hurricane Lee. I stop it Saturday morning, kind of on its closest approach for us, and you still see most of that heavy weather and the big winds, big time winds off the coast and away from us. However, we will absolutely feel the tug. We will get those gusty winds, and there will be coastal impacts. But after that exits, it's still looking ahead to a pretty nice weather setup for the next several days. Another front comes on by on Monday, and that's just going to reinforce what is going to be some dry air over the next few days. But we are still looking at some coastal impacts. High surf advisories now for the Jersey Shore as well. South shore of Long Island, we're talking through at least tomorrow with 10 to 15-foot breaking waves into tomorrow and early Saturday. That means beach erosion and even some overwash. So if you're in some of those susceptible areas close to the coast, this is going to be an issue for you. And the good news is it doesn't last too long. We're looking at all the conditions easing up by Sunday, including the winds, which again are peaking tomorrow into early on Saturday before just plain old breezy and refreshing on Sunday. Out the door now, I wouldn't call it quite refreshing. It's getting much better. That dew point at 60. We're at 68 degrees on the thermometer, but that northeast wind about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's the delivering of all the warm, I should say the dry air. It's going to be nice and warm for the afternoon, but pleasantly and more in line with what is average. 76 degrees for the high, and those north winds about 5 to 10. Be ready for the cool and crisp tomorrow, though. Down to 59 degrees and north and west into the 40s. And it's been some time since Central Park got down into the 50s, or at least 59 degrees. That was way back June 10th. You can see that is going to be one of the cooler mornings over the next few days. So
Let's check in with Maria.
Yeah, it's looking good. We have some clouds out there, but from Passaic and Mount Vernon in the mid-60s. By 2 o'clock, you can see all of that sunshine and the mid-70s from Long Beach to Hauppauge. A little bit of a breeze, gets to be quite a bit gustier, though, as we head into tomorrow morning, thanks to Lee. So I'm going to break down the latest thinking, the impacts there, and how it affects our weekend forecast in the 10-day. So far, so good. We are going to see and welcome fall soon. And of course, with that comes, we're losing some daylight. In fact, we've lost about half an hour of daylight since the month started. We're right now at 12 hours and 32 minutes, and we'll continue to lose daylight, of course, until we get to the winter solstice. And right now, though, we're still in hurricane season. So we are watching Lee as well. You saw that picture from Flora Park looking into Nassau County. Nassau, Suffolk County, one of those areas, a couple of those areas that will feel a little bit of that extra tug from Lee. So I want to start there because the hour-by-hour forecast showing what is now behind the front of the gustier winds from that. But then we see everything pick up as we get into Friday and into Saturday morning as Lee makes its closest approach. You do see from the Hamptons, those gusts could be close to tropical storm strength, but you get towards Nantucket and Provincetown, parts of New England, and now you're talking about the 60-mile-per-hour plus wind gusts for a few hours as the storm continues to move to the northeast through the weekend. We will continue to see that northerly flow, though, and even through Sunday be a bit breezy. What's interesting, too, is that we are so close to that tropical storm watch right now, just the edge of Suffolk County there. Montauk not in it, but Block Island. And so we are going to continue to monitor Lee very closely. Obviously, we're talking coastal impacts, too. Out the door now, we are focused on how nice it is behind this cold front that has come through. 68 degrees, the dew point's coming down as we speak, so it'll continue to improve and just get more gorgeous. 76 degrees for the high with mostly sunny skies. Again, a bit of a cool breeze tonight down to the 10 to 15 mile per hour range, and we're going to get down to 59 degrees in the city. We haven't been that low since June 10th, so it's definitely going to feel nice. We'll be in the 50s from Amityville and Patchogue down to 59 there. The Hudson Hudson Valley, lots of 40s from Warwick and Middletown at 48 degrees. Parsippany down to 52 tomorrow morning. Jackson at 55 with Bayonne getting down into the 50s as well. So maybe a little extra jacket on the kids at the bus stop. Again, we'll see about 59 degrees at Central Park. But a nice weekend ahead overall. We're looking at some breezy conditions, dry temperatures climbing
On this Thursday morning.
Yeah, you know, we're on our way to a cooler start tomorrow morning, and the last time New York City fell below 60 degrees was way back in June 10th. We've got a chance for that by tomorrow morning, but you can see those morning low temperatures getting a bump into early next week. It goes along with high temperature bump as well. So how warm we get and a look ahead to the weekend, which includes, of course, watching Hurricane Lee off the coast. All that in the 10-day.
Maria, thank you so much.
To start off the day tomorrow as well, as we kind of are on that downward slide, finishing up officially on the calendar summer. We still have 9 days until we get to fall, which arrives September 23rd at 2:49 in the morning. And as we look ahead to that first full week of fall, you can see the trend from the Climate Prediction Center. Actually, for much of the eastern half of the country, we'll see above average temperatures. Now, of course, average highs are dipping this time of year. By the time we get to the first day of fall, it's more like the low 70s. So we are looking ahead to the mid and upper 70s, despite the fact that we are talking about cooler weather, some cooler mornings. We're still at or above average, and that's the case even as we get into next week. Of course, peaking Sunday at 80 degrees, the warmest that we have here in the next week and a half. So enjoy what is going to be a pleasantly mild and certainly drier day. And as you look at the plaza, you can see the flags are not just sitting there. We have a little bit of a breeze currently at 67 degrees. The dew point continues to go down, upper 50s. Now we're starting to get into that really comfortable level. Plenty of sunshine once we get rid of some of these clouds out there now. 74 degrees if you're taking lunch outside, and why not? It's going to be gorgeous. We have 75 degrees through 4 p.m. and a nice evening if you're going to dine al fresco or go for that after dinner walk. Maybe grab that lighter jacket. We'll be dipping into the upper 60s after sunset, which, by the way, is at 7:07 this evening. So yes, definitely crisp and cool tonight. 59 in the city and Islip as well. North and west, some 40s from Sussex and Monticello. Poughkeepsie, you're getting pretty close to that number. 50 degrees to start your day off. And then tomorrow should be pretty nice, but we're going to end up with some filtered sunshine here as high clouds from Lee begin to move in. You can see through the day tomorrow, and that is really about it. We may get clipped with some showers early Saturday from Eastport and Montauk. Of course, the other part of this, just how breezy it is going to be. So coastal impacts definitely still a thing. We're already looking at high surf advisories from Long Island and down the shore. So 10 to 15 foot breakers there, along with beach erosion.
Got that early morning sky out there, Maria.
Yeah, we love seeing it. Just a few clouds can make for a pretty sunrise as we look into Nassau County. Let's head to Huntington Station, home to Ozzy. And I just want to give Ozzy all of my weather time. Look at this sweet baby, the little pink tongue out there. Getting a lot of good exercise hopefully today on a nice day. We'll be near 70 degrees through 11 a.m. Dry and breezy through the weekend. I am tracking one chance to pick up some rainfall beyond the weekend. That's in the 10-day.
Maria,
To the next few days, I want to start there because we are watching the closer approach of Lee over the next few days. Still concerned about life-threatening rip currents and waves. Big wave action. We have high surf advisories posted now for Long Island, Brooklyn, and Queens, and the Jersey Shore. So we're talking about 10 to 15 foot breaking waves as we get into Friday and early on Saturday. That's enough to produce some overwash. So if you're in some of those susceptible areas, and you know at this level you may get some of that water in there, this is going to be an issue for you. Beach erosion too, unfortunately. Here's the good news. We only think it's Friday and Saturday. By Sunday, we start to see everything kind of relax, and that's definitely a good. We've had the front come on through, so in the short term, feeling really nice out there, pleasant, breezy, but the winds are going to stay gusty as we feel the pull from Lee. Peak time frame being late Friday into early on Saturday, and you see how close it is, just enough maybe to throw back some showers through eastern Long Island, but definitely keep the winds gusty here and even some high clouds. But it's out of here by, as we mentioned, Sunday and Monday with a quick front coming on by. Not much to it. We just reinforce what's going to be some pretty pleasant conditions over the next several days. But keep in mind, the weekend is not going to be perfect for everybody, especially as you get to New England for Saturday. So keeping an eye on Boston, the Cape, Nantucket, certainly coastal Maine from Portland all the way up into northeast Maine there because of the more direct impacts from Lee. Everywhere else, though, feeling really, really nice. Temperatures in the 70s and that low humidity. Breezy on the plaza right now and nice and dry as we wait for Carrie Underwood to take the stage later on this morning. 67 out there now. Tons of sunshine. We'll see 72 degrees by lunchtime. Take it outside, take a walk. It's going to be gorgeous. 76 for the high, and then cool and crisp tonight. One of the cooler mornings we've had in months for the city. 59 degrees for the low. North and west, we're talking about low temperatures in the upper 40s. And really nice tomorrow, 73 degrees, but more of that filtered sunshine as some of those clouds.
Maria, as we're looking at the radar and the satellite, what's up there, Maria?
Yeah, the radar's nice and quiet. We love that. A few clouds on the satellite, but temperature-wise, cool. 58 in Sussex right now, 66 at Central Park. We head to Bridgeport, and you can see a little bit of a warm-up as we get into the end of the weekend, but no sign of rain here, where we could get some showers from Lee, and of course the coastal impacts. An update on that coming up in the 10-day.
All right.
Minus the alligators, maybe adding a little light jacket. Don't need the umbrella. That was the issue yesterday, of course, but at the bus stop, definitely cooler. It's drier, a little breezy, but tons of sunshine, so it should be a nice recess. 72 degrees by lunchtime, and a nice sunny, breezy afternoon as the kids get off the bus stop. So if you have a full slate of activities after school, you're in great shape. It is going to be cooler at the bus stop tomorrow morning, though. We're going to dip below 60 degrees at Central Park. It's the first time that's happened since June 10th, and we're actually aiming for the 50s. That's because of the cold front. The breezy conditions, we're going to see that continue, being helped along by the cold front and Lee. So I want to update you on what we're expecting from Lee. You can see time going through tomorrow morning in the afternoon. We see the high clouds from Lee in our area, so some filtered sunshine, but also perhaps as early as Saturday morning, maybe some of those outer bands with some showers for eastern Long Island. So that is something we're going to keep an eye on, along with the incredibly gusty winds, which you see there, getting pretty close to the tropical storm force. Definitely there for coastal New England, from Nantucket to Provincetown and Boston too. That's the closest approach, and then it begins to pull away here. So still quite breezy through Sunday morning, but everything that we're talking about, the coastal impacts, that begins to wane a little bit as we get into Sunday. So definitely Saturday, breezy and cool from Montauk to Bridgeport, especially maybe not just more clouds, but likely a sprinkle or two. Hopefully that's it. 75 degrees in the city, and really beautiful end to the weekend as temperatures get a little bit of a bump up, upper 70s near 80 degrees. Not too shabby now. We're getting a preview of some of that sunshine as clouds exit. 66 degrees, and the dew point keeps going down. Very comfortable out there. 74 degrees by lunchtime, 76 for the high today. And again, a cool start tomorrow. We'll see about 59 in the city, but north and west, upper 40s. In fact, from Sussex, Poughkeepsie, Monticello, Warwick,